Good day, brothers and sisters. Wisdom at Dawn, episode 312. Afflictions give rise to turbidities, a limited understanding. Master says, the mundane world influences our minds. It can give rise to a myriad complex voices that can bring about complicated views and understanding. This consequently drives us to limitless afflictions if we are not mindful. In this era of Dharma degeneration, the 5 turbidities are very strong. People with shallow wisdom and inferior roots act against their conscience. Their foolishness and ignorance prevent them from abiding by principles. As in the Sutra verse, in the evil world of the 5 turbidities, sentient beings are heavily defiled with stinginess, greed, envy, and jealousy. Thus, they develop all roots of unwholesomeness. When they see people who are more talented, they develop afflictions out of jealousy. If they see others with many skills, envy would drive them to suppress others so that they cannot demonstrate the abilities. And when they obtain good dharmas, they refuse to share it with others out of greed. In short, they only want immediate benefits for themselves without thinking of the future or others. Now, all this confusion caused by greed, stinginess, jealousy, and envy create turbidity of afflictions, and subsequently the turbidity of views, as their views become muddled by their own afflictions. As views become more muddled and defiled, morality will decline. Thus, sentient beings become heavily defiled. Not only they do not do good, they slander and prevent others from doing good. And they develop strong unwholesome roots and become evil. These are called turbidity of sentient beings. With that then comes much conflicts, pollutions, psychological pressures, and disasters, especially man-made ones, threatening lives. And thus, this is called turbidity of life. So in short, from turbidity of kalpa comes the turbidity of afflictions and views, which are considered causes. And from these causes come the turbidity of sentient beings and life, which are the effects. And all these are the evils of the 5 turbidities. Master often mentioned the 4 all-embracing virtues of charitable giving, beneficial conduct, loving speech, and collaborative work. We should practice charitable giving and generously share good dharma with others. We should engage in beneficial conduct because it is advantageous to our own practice. And we should mutually encourage one another by training ourselves to use loving speech, as we all need encouragement. To encourage others, we must use loving speech and transform people through collaborative work. So by working together on a task, we share with benefit and support each other. And this is transformation through collaborative work. And that is why one of Tzu Chi's 3 vows is to purify minds, and that must begin with our own minds. Today, Master shared a story. One day, as the Buddha taught, surrounded by his disciples, there was an elder or experienced monk who sat in front with poor posture and legs outstretched. Meanwhile, there was also an 8-year-old novice monk who sat very properly as he mindfully listened to the Dharma. Now, the Buddha could tell that the elder monk was not mindful in listening to the Dharma, and he felt sad. So he decided to teach according to this situation. The Buddha said, in spiritual practice, those who started earlier are called elders. Actually, in our daily living, we need to be diligent and mindful. Living in this environment, as we receive many material goods, we must analyze all things around us with loving and pure minds. Everything around us is teaching us the Dharma. Our spiritual aspiration is inseparable from loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity. Only by diligently developing these qualities, upholding precepts, and respecting our teachers, can we truly become spiritual practitioners with roots of goodness. After the Buddha said this, he told everyone, "Behold this elder who is seated before me. Do you see him?" Everyone said yes. Then the Buddha asked if they see the young novice dignified and earnestly listening to the teachings. And they all said yes. Everyone saw the novice diligence and the elder's indolence. So the Buddha continued, "Indeed, spiritual practice is about paying attention to your surroundings and heightening your vigilance to nourish your root of goodness by developing loving kindness, compassion, joy, equanimity, and being diligent and upholding precepts. So everyone should be vigilant of themselves." Master says we are all very fortunate to encounter the Buddha Dharma. If we become lax and indulgent, even if the right Dharma appears before us, it will degenerate and disappear from us. Therefore, be mindful always.感恩 for listening in. May we all achieve enlightenment for the benefit of sentient beings.